Exercise is absolutely essential. There was a day before we had the data we do have on the value of exercise that people with Parkinson's were basically told to go home and die, in so many words. But that's not true. When I was 14 or 15, there was a man moved in the neighborhood with his wife who had run a small hotel, a resort hotel in South Texas. I'm from Houston originally. And he had Parkinson's, and I cut his lawn and did things like that. But he was very careful about how much he exerted himself and everything else, and he was gone within a year or two. But he was very advanced when he got there. And this was before carbidopa-levodopa, by the way. There was nothing to treat the disease in the early 1960s. So you talk about dreadful, that's dreadful. We're so far advanced from that now. But exercise has to be done. Actually, the body reacts very well to it. It loosens things up, it keeps things going. So you have to dedicate yourself to that. And if you're like me, never in danger of being called an athlete, you really have to think about how are you going to get it done when it's something you're uncomfortable with. I would say for the most part, and particularly in the last few years, they all realize exercise is clearly necessary and a consistent, focused effort over it, that doesn't vary, of people to exercise really is absolutely a requirement for a person with Parkinson's, and their care provider also. The care partner needs to be exercising too, so that both of you don't go down the drain trying to do this thing. Well, I think the best exercise is what's called interval exercise, or interval training, which really focuses on intense activity followed by recovery. The body seems to react very well to this. So anything like that, so it gets the pulse up and back down in ways that sort of apparently, as with stroke victims, reminds the body of how it was when it was normal. So that, as far as I'm concerned, is the best kind of recreation or exercise. And lo and behold, it's helped out. I've worked in this particular approach now for something like 12 or 13 years. And so that's allowed me to be reasonably compos mentis and also know that exercise really does work. But you have to stay with it consistently, and you have to do what you're supposed to do. There's no shortcuts, there are no holidays, but it's really worked. And the other thing is, as you progress, that is a euphemism for getting older, and the disease progresses, there are times when you have to try new things, but still within the context of exercise to keep going and have a good quality of life.